So who are you first? Kung paano ka nagsimula as a manager ng Almost Music?
I'm Nan Bautista. Nagsimula ako way back 2019. I was in their parang second season ng management nila way back 2019. Then I was their photographer back then. Freelance, mostly hindi naman official. Then eventually naging official when their previous photographer was having troubles in his schedules. Then ayun, after that, nagkakaroon din ng freelance gig for road manager that time kasi ayun, medyo nagka-family yung nila, previous road manager nila. So, ako yung parang pinaka maluwag yung schedule on that time sa team. So, they trained me at that point of time ng 2019 to up to 2020 before pandemic happened. Then, ayun, doon din natigil yung pag-photography ko for professionally covering them. Kasi nag-transition yung schedule ko to, ayun, being road manager.
Just to go back even more sa background mo sa education, nag-aral ka ba ng management or paano ka, kasi nag-college ka I believe, and can you expand more on that?
Actually, malayo. I'm a fine arts graduate last 2018. So, medyo malayo yung profession ko ngayon sa tinok kong dapat na career. But still, I'm still doing paintings and then visual arts ngayon for personal works and then some exhibits din ginagawa ko rin. Pero mostly ngayon, more on personal works ko na lang. Kung may invite sa exhibits, tsaka lang ako nagsasabit ng artworks.
Can you explain and their dynamics as a group? At saka kung ano yung alam mong history nila, kung paano sila nabuo.
Yung sa base sa history, it was in Dalagas time, officially na nabuo sila. But way back din kasi parang may GC sila from local music artists sa Philippines then ayun, may mga songs na nabubuo. Una nag-connect na sila. Then that time is like nung kasagsagan ng Dalaga, which is nag-hit siya, napilitan ng buuin yung grupo. Then yun, the rest is history na talaga.
Okay, moving on naman, pagiging manager ko. Ano yung mga qualities na kailangan mong i-possess as a manager sa ganyang industry ko?
So, siguro wag ka laging sige ng sige and then be tough always sa mga different situation. Kasi pwede ka nilang batayin, mga ganun. Which is sa height ko, of course. Hindi naman ako ganun kalaking tao. Which is parang hindi ako intimidating. So, ayun, wag lang laging bossy or mga ganun.
Kung from your memory, may naaalala bang isang challenging na situation as a manager na Almost, at saka kung paano mo na-solve to?
Feeling ko yung pandemic Yung talaga yung pinaka kasi that time kasi yung time na yun, shoot kami ng music video. Doon na nila ako in-offer na maging road managers. Which is nag-go naman ako. Sabi ko go lang naman ako kasi yun lang din naman yung pinaka point of view ko na na-focusan. And then mahirap siya in a way kasi that time, if you remember, more on di ba? More on tawag dito, pre-recorded performance. So kailangan kong kunin yung schedule nilang lahat. So mapag-isa ko lahat yun din. Ayun, ang hirap gumalaw that time. And then yun yung isa sa top 3 kasi. Then secondly nung campaign 2022 kasi yung schedule namin nun talagang parang umuwi na lang kami sa bahay to sleep and then pahinga ng 1 to 2 days. Minsan nga wala after 1 day may bibigyan na naman schedule to perform. Then lastly is yung 2023, pinaka-rough ko yun na yung schedule and then touring in Canada, sige, open ko na rin to, while touring in Canada, nag-aasikaso na ako ng papers namin for US tour. So, yung schedule is like, it's like managing them, schedule for the tour and then the itinerary. So, tapos yun din.
So, yun nga, I think nasagot mo na yung next question guys, which is a biggest accomplishment as a manager. I think, yeah. Is it safe to assume na yung Canada or yung US? Yung
Biggest accomplishment, I should say the 2023, the year 2023. Yun talaga. Nandun lahat. Which is yung Canada tour then US tour. Bigat na.
Kaya hindi nagigas ng normal tao or hindi nila nakikita as a manager to. Alam mo yung parang misconception ba?
Oh, yeah, magandang tanong yan. Akala kasi nila, which is I'm touring with them kasi always in the Philippines. Example na lang, Philippines lagi. We're going to different fiestas or festivals. Akala nila nagagana lang kami ng masaya. Though side quest na lang yun eh. Akala nila kasi masaya. To give you an idea, 30 minutes to 1 hour lang kami lagi doon na akala kasi nila like I'm manager and then road manager is yung salary ko is which is good paying siya, which is I can provide to my family. 3 components siya eh. 3 components. Bali mako-cover niyo yung wants, needs, and then time freedom mo.
Malalim no?
Yun yung mga ano mo sa kanila, makukuha mo as a manager. Which is yung schedule kasi namin hindi naman normal, like we do work at weekends, holidays, ganun ba. So sometimes may season na pwede ka magpahinga, so pwede mong makuha yung schedule mo or time freedom mo for that specific dates. Yun yung naging perspective ko for that question.
Okay. Moving on. Iba naman. We mentioned Canada tour. And so ano yung first impression? Saan city kayo unang lumapag?
Vancouver.
Ano yung impression
Vancouver.
sa Canada?
May jet lag ako noon eh, pero nawala nung paglapag namin eh. Parang ang niya, yung Canada, sobrang organized niya na may slightly bit of chaos. Yun siya eh. Para in matter of fact, para kayang gawin ng Philippines, but the organized and sobrang polite and then sobrang segregated nung system compare sa Philippines. Though the aesthetic pwede mo makuha, the buildings and etc. Pero yung system hindi talaga eh. Yun yung naging impression ko nung paglapag eh. Kasi airport pa lang ang pinuntahan ko lang dun, which is machine, in-scan yung passport ko, then in-interview ako ng immigration officer, like, can I see your face? Kasi that time face mask era pa eh. And then yun na, umalis na ako. The fuck man, ganito pala ka-organized dito, which is yun talaga, sobrang organized, well-coordinated. Ayun pala, that's the word, well-coordinated nila lahat.
So, when you guys were touring dito sa Canada, syempre, nakapanood din kayo or nakamit din kayo ng mga local artists. Sino mga artists na na-surprise kayo performance-wise? Yung parang, malupit to.
Sila wait lang siguro isa na lang bigay ko na isang na lang siguro yung talagang pinaka tumatak talaga, which is THC, which is sila Shelly B and then sila Bern and then John, shout out to them. Tsaka si nasa Toronto yung pinaka naging promising eh. Si Silly X ba, si Yawa ka, yun galing niya. Then yung baba, si Villa, yan. Silang tatlo. Silang tatlo. Kasi unique yung perspective ng music nila. Silang tatlo, sila Bern and then sila Sherry. THC, which is how they perform, talagang nakikita ko how they love their craft. Then the music itself naman, promising yung future nila. Then si Silly X naman, he level up the Bisaya rap game in the sobrang lakas ng loob niya kasi syempre you're in abroad and then you can speak fluent English. Pwede niya actually gawin the way he rap, possible niyang pwedeng dalhin in English but still he pursue the dialect.
Ito naman tol, experience-wise, outside of the music na to, outside of work, best in your opinion tol, na na-experience mo?
Lahat kasi Best City talaga sa totoo lang.
O sa, ano,
Sa Canada.
Ano yung nag-stand out sa inyo?
Lahat
Hindi mo matimbang?
First, hindi ko matimbang sa totoo lang. Halos lahat sa Canada. Wala akong masabi.
Ano lang,
Pero sa Edmonton kasi uwian kami nun.
Malungkot na kayo.
Kasi parang uwian kasi ano lang kami nun Tag dito parang we drove it like a day, then perform at night. After kinabukasan, uwi na din Calgary. So hindi ko masabi masyadong but still good pa rin ang Edmonton. Hindi ko lang siya hindi ko lang siya na vibe the city and the people kasi uwian lang din kami.
So nakarating ka sa Canada, sa US. Ano yung machi-cherish mo na, yung pinaka-moment na machi-cherish mo na masasabi mo sa maging anak mo or mapagmamalaki mo sa next generation na alam mo na ikukwento mo?
Siguro how we work it with Mr. Christian, yung admin staff namin. Like, proud ako sa ginawa namin na hindi lang ako, which is I created him. Kasi for about 5 to 6 months, we work it like tirelessly na salitan talaga syempre kailangan din namin mag-cope up sa time zone dyan. So, salitan kami ng tulog, which is minsan ako gabi ako makipag-meeting ako sa mga producers and then sa mga dyan sa Canada. So, ayun, proud ako na workout ko siya for that span of makukwento ko sa anak ko and then sa apo ko na. And then of course, in the future generation of musician rappers here in the Philippines that I can share it in the future na hopefully maging inspiring sa kanila na how we success in that matter na kami lang na alam mo yun, walang ibang connection, though connection naman ang na-reach out sa amin ang Canada tour. I mean here in the Philippines na ayun, yun yung masasabi ko. I hope ma-inspire din yung future generations na.
Let's talk about OPM music. Sino sa tingin mo yung now top 3 artists? Kahit not in order, pero yung mga parang nakikita mong on top of the game tol.
Hindi ko na masasama si Kuya Daryl kasi technically is one of the legend and then Flo G. Kumaga parang na siya household name na sila. Kumaga parang hindi ko na sila masama. Kumaga legend na sila. So siguro mga bago na paparating, ang hirap niya na. Number 3 I guess or ang hirap nun Ang dami kasi ngayon, sa totoo lang, sobrang dami ngayon. Sa totoo lang talaga. Top 3 male R&B rap artist. Natigilan ako dun Siguro top 1 muna. Top 1 would be...
It doesn't have to be in order. Basta tatlo.
Natin order. Vabi. Ang galing yung IQ niya sa pagsusulat. Nakikita ako ng bright future. Second would be particular order. Second would be Jeans and Melodies.
Good choice.
Jeans and Melodies. Yung flowing niya kakaiba din. Same as Vabi, bright future for that kid. Third would be my third pick would be Sika. Para sa yung tunog niya is like yung latest nila yung Blue Dreams, like which is nakarating ako ng LA, parang na vibe ko yung LA sobrang ganun ko siya na vibe. So ang chill lang din ang chill nung nila na alam mo yun, may angas and everything. So for that and then for the female No in particular order. I should say top ko ngayon is bigat nito, ang tough nitong mga ano na to. Rap R&B would be Iles Morena. Para sa akin. Being a fan din kasi naumpisahan ko yung career mo. Pangalawa would be for R&B and hip-hop, R&B and rap would be Dennis Julia. Yan. Na, ano ko na eh. Napakinggan ko na yung unreleased pa yung una niyang hit eh. That time. Yung kinanta niya na private event. So sabi ko, ang ganda ng boses. Sabi ko. Siguro sa third spot maglalaban si Denny at saka si Christina Don. Si Denny at saka si Christina Don for the third spot.
Cool. Those are solid lists. So I think you talk about mga up and coming artists. Ano yung mga, kung may nanonood ngayon na mga up and coming artists, ano yung magiging advice mo para hindi sila, para gumanda yung takbo ng career nila? Ano yung mga step?
Ano lang siguro, once you do it passionately, money and fame will come naman eh. Huwag nila masyadong isipin yung fame, basta gumawa lang sila ng gumawa. Then, syempre, isipin niyo pa rin ang masses, kung ano ba ang gusto mo, underground or mainstream. Isipin mo maigi yun. So kung nasa underground ka, then na-discover ka going mainstream, why not push through? If you can provide with your craft goods eh. So magandang thing yun na you earn money and then you sustain your passion, di ba? So for upcoming artists, siguro don't stop believing in yourself. Libre lang mangarap eh. So dire-diretso lang, kung may pangarap ka, diretso mo lang. Sila nga eh, almost nga eh, di ba? Dire-diretso lang sila back then. Then pagising na lang nila, parang inisnap na lang ni Thanos na ganun. Sikat na kayo. Wala na sila nagawa, which is kailangan na nilang i-absorb ang music industry na ito na yung binigay ng ng stars sa iyo eh. So kailangan mo nang kunin yan talaga, na i-grab the opportunity. Since yun yung passion mo, and mas masaya sa feeling na yung passion mo nagbibigay sa iyo ng needs and wants mo, financially and time freedom.
Nice, good answer. Last question, Dol. Favorite almost music song?
Para sa akin yung Galaw eh, sobrang underrated niya eh.
Galaw?
Galaw, sobrang underrated nung Galaw.
Bakit?
Tsaka dun ko nakita yung evolution ng pagsusulat nila, vocal range and everything. Perspective ko. Yung para sa akin yung Galaw. Ganda nung flow eh. Kaso yun. Parang dun ko nakita yung growth talaga nila sa album na yun, sa This Is Us. Tapos yun napakinggan ko yung Galaw. Ganda.
Nice. And sorry, pinaka last question. What can we expect in the near future from Almost Music?
Ayun, marami, sobra. The music and everything, yung sulat. You heard the touchdown naman, di ba?
Yes.
Sobrang matured pakinggan, and then modern na din. Sobrang dami. Expect more music for almost this year and the upcoming year, and then the solos, marami ring lalabas. Collaborations, kalatag kami this year's music video, marami din kami ilalabas this year, this 2024 and then near future. I guess more tours din, marami pa back in Canada and US siguro, and then Middle East, some part in Asia, then more music festival, then ayun, dire-diretso lang. Being an artist is for my perspective, walang retirement sa paggawa ng art. Yun yung identity mo as a person and as a cultural background. So ayun, I guess marami pa talaga ilalabas kami.
Nice.
Big shoutout to Balut Nation. See you soon. Miss Canada, it's been a year. More power to Filipino music, and then of course OPM music. It's all around the world. We support OPM music. Stream their music in Spotify and YouTube Music and everything. Apple Music. Supportan natin ang musikang Pinoy.
Tol, maraming salamat, Tol. Salamat sa oras mo. I think
Salamat din.
Salamat.
Salamat din.
Binabalik kung ano pa ng mga plano mo. Susulitin natin mga bawat sandali. Pag ikaw na gumalaw, talagang bigay todo. Lahat ng kilusay sabay sa tono.